Hello guys, it is Gate of Theories, and this week on Gate of Theories we are bringing you another timeline theory. Now, this timeline theory isn't going to be like our other timeline theories where we just make a theory on how movies from a certain company are connected by like Easter eggs. The most well-known one has to be, of course, the Pixar theory, and the way how we work from movies being connected to another movie is that say in Monsters Inc. there was a Jessie doll, meaning that Monsters Inc. and Toy Story are connected, which is why we can do our timeline theories. But today we are going to be doing the Disney Channel timeline theory. Now, we're not really going to be looking for any Easter eggs, but we're only going to add TV shows in that have had collabs with other TV shows. For instance, how Hannah Montana, That's So Raven, and Sweet Life all did a crossover show, which means that they're connected. So we're going to see if shows such as maybe Wizards of Waverly Place is related to a completely random show, which is Good Luck Charlie, and we're going to see if those shows are connected in some way. So as you'll see here, I've created a timeline full of how on earth all these movies are connected. Now, that probably doesn't make any sense to you guys, but we're going to take it step by step to see if we can create the Disney Channel timeline theory. But before we go any further, I just want to mention that I did not create this timeline theory originally. It was by another YouTuber, and I will leave his link in the description down below. But I have added a few of my own thoughts into the timeline theory. And before we go any further, just make sure you've clicked that red subscribe button. So let's get on with it. So we're going to start by splitting this timeline into three sections: the old section, the middle section, and the most recent section. So in the first section we have shows like Sweet Life, That's So Raven, Sunny with a Chance, Hannah Montana, all of those stuff. In the middle section we have shows like Jessie, Good Luck Charlie, and stuff like that. And in the most recent section we have the shows that have came out in the most recent years, such as Stuck in the Middle, Bizaardvark, and Andy Mack. So let's start with section 1. So the start of the timeline starts with the shows That's So Raven, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and Hannah Montana. These three shows created the first part of the timeline universe, and in 2006 these three shows crossed over to create That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana, which included, of course, That's So Raven, Hannah Montana, and The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, all of those characters from different shows coming together and meeting each other. That's So Raven then, of course, went into Corey in the House, which then had a crossover with Hannah Montana again. Going back to Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody also had its spin-off show Sweet Life on Deck, which then made another crossover with Hannah Montana, but this time adding Wizards of Waverly Place, which is Wizards on Deck with Hannah Montana. The Sweet Life on Deck then went to go and cross into a Disney XD show, I'm in the Band. Now, this is the first ever time we get a Disney XD show into the universe, but of course we're not doing the Disney XD timeline theory, so if you want to see how all the Disney XD shows fit into this timeline theory, then leave a comment down below and we'll see what we can do. We now move on to our second section, which is the middle section, where our first show is Good Luck Charlie. Now, Good Luck Charlie first crosses over with the TV show Shake It Up. Good Luck Charlie then goes and crosses over with the show Jessie in Good Luck Jessie NYC, which is going to be a major crossover. And the show Jessie is going to be crossing over with so many different shows, so Jessie is going to be our main show in this timeline theory. Jessie then crosses with Austin and Ally in Austin and Jessie and Ally. Jessie then went to go and cross over into the show Liv and Maddie. We then move on to probably the biggest point in the timeline, which happened in Halloween 2015, where Disney Channel released the weekend Monstober Spooktacular Weekend, which is where several shows all crossed over into a Halloween special. It starts with Austin and Ali crossing over into our new show Casey Undercover, which then crosses over into Jessie. Jessie then crosses over into I Didn't Do It, which then crosses back into Austin and Ali. But the weekend doesn't stop there. Austin and Ali then goes into crossover with Girls Meets World, which then goes into crossover with Best Friends Whenever, and Best Friends Whenever then goes into crossover with Liv and Maddie. And then of course Jessie went to have its spin-off show Bunked. Now there is one other show that we can add into here. Now in the middle section, the show that we're missing is Ant Farm. Now if you're an Ant Farm fan, you will know that Ant Farm never crossed over with any other shows, so you might be asking how on earth it could fit into the timeline. Well, this is where we need to look for Easter eggs. As we know, in Ant Farm, in Series 3, the ants go and live in Z-Tech. Now, there are several Z-Tech devices, such as a Z-Tech phone and stuff like that. And I went on to the Z-Tech Wiki fandom page and found that in Liv and Maddie, they mentioned the Z-Tech phones, which is how Ant Farm fits into the timeline. It goes next to Liv and Maddie. Our final program in the middle section is Boy Meets World, which of course is the spin-off of Girl Meets World. So that is the middle section. Now we need to find a way to link the old section with the middle section. Now you might be wondering, none of the shows from the old section and the middle section crossed over, but you are wrong. In an episode of Jessie, like I said before, this is one of the most important shows in the whole timeline. In an episode of Jessie, Jessie goes to a hotel and meets Mr. Moseby from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. And of course, Mr. Moseby, he says himself he's Mr. Moseby, and then he goes to ring Cody from The Sweet Life to tell him that he's met someone who looks exactly like Bailey from The Sweet Life on Deck, who of course is played by Debbie Ryan, who plays Jessie. So that is how the old section and the middle section are connected. It is Jessie crossing over with The Sweet Life on Deck. And there we have it. We have the old section and the middle section all connected. Now all we need is the most recent section. We already have one connection from the older middle section to the most recent section, which of course is the spin-off show from That's So Raven that has just been released, Raven's Home. Unfortunately, none of the other shows cross over into the old or middle section, so we can't add them to the timeline. But 3 shows are going around: Andy Mack, Bizaardvark, and Stuck in the Middle, and there are theories going around saying that they will become have a big crossover altogether called Stuck in Bizaardvark with Andy Mack, and this will be a 3-way crossover with 3 shows in, and that's what people are saying. We don't know if it's going to happen, but here's some evidence of it may happening.
A crossover of Stuck in the Middle, Bizaardvark, and Andy Mack.
They're so different.
Yeah. Stuck in the Andy Bizaardvark.
Stuck in Bizaardvark with Andy Mack.
So we might not be able to add them with all the other movies, but we can still add it into the map. Now there is 2 other shows that we are missing here that we can add it in. The first show is a show that would have gone in the old section, which is Sunny with a Chance, but of course that never crossed over with any of the other programs. But in an episode of Sunny with a Chance, Selena Gomez, who plays Alex in Wizards of Waverly Place, comes into Sunny with a Chance as Selena Gomez. Now, Sunny, who's played by Demi Lovato, starts trying to be all weird around Selena Gomez and dresses up as a witch, saying that she is a wizard and stuff like that, saying that she should be a part of Wizards of Waverly Place. So in Sunny with a Chance, they are mentioning the TV show Wizards of Waverly Place. So Sunny with a Chance goes outside of the map, and all the other programs that we mentioned before are just TV shows in the Sunny with a Chance universe. We did sort of the same theory-ish on a Drake and Josh theory, and if you want to go and check that out, then there will be a card to go and click. And of course, there is one other show that we've missed out, which is So Random, the spin-off show to Sunny with a Chance. That will go outside of the map next to Sunny with a Chance. So guys, that is the Disney Channel timeline theory, and I hope you have enjoyed this. This took forever to edit, so if you did enjoy it, please smash that like button down below. And if you're not subscribed, we would really appreciate if you subscribed and turned on your notifications so you get notified when we make brand new videos. Tell us in the field section down below if we missed off any TV shows that have had crossovers, and if you want to see how the Disney XD timeline theory can fit into the Disney Channel timeline theory, then tell us also that in the field section down below. Also tell us what your favourite Disney Channel show is. I hope you've had a great start to 2018, and we'll see you guys later.